in the first station of our practical, we will identify the hand region, then talk about the dorsum of the hand, then we will talk about the carpal tunnel. The hand is the most distal part of the upper limb. It is the area below the wrist joint. It is composed of this surface, which is called the palm of the hand, and this surface, which is called the dorsum of the hand, right? In the palm of the hand, we have got this area called the thenar, and laterally the thenar, and medially this area called the hypothenar. We have got the digits, and in between them we have got the web spaces. Okay, the same goes in the dorsum of the hand. Okay, all right. General features: the skin over the dorsum of the hand is thin and it is freely mobile. Okay, while the skin over the palm of the hand is thick, not mobile, and it is characterized by the flexor creases. Flexor creases. Okay, and also there is a structure called the papillary ridge for grip. All right. This is general view of the hand region. Regarding the dorsum of the hand, very superficially beneath the skin, we find these structures. They are called the dorsal venous network. Blood to the hand ultimately is drained by the dorsal venous network that drains laterally to the cephalic vein. Laterally to the cephalic vein and medially to the basilic vein. All right. In the dorsum of the foot, the dorsum of the hand, sorry, you can see the tendons of the extensor muscles, right? And also here you can find this fleshy red part is the dorsal interosseous muscles. Okay, these knuckles is the area of the metacarpophalangeal joints. In this area, the extensor tendons forms a structure called the extensor expansion. This extensor expansions provide insertion for the interosseous muscles and the lumbaricals. The arrangement in the extensor expansions, as we said, in the base of the proximal phalanx, attached the interossei and the lumbaricals. We will see them following the practical. Then the tendon of the extensor muscle has got two lips in the peripheries and one in the central. The one in the central is inserted into the base of the middle phalanx, while the two lips in the peripheries insert into the base of the distal phalanx. This formation is called the extensor expansion. Regarding the innervation of the dorsum of the hand, it is shaped 2.5 from branches of the radial nerve, while the medial 2.5 from the ulnar nerve. Okay. The area of the nail bed is not supplied from the dorsal branches. It is supplied from the palmar branches of the nerves. Okay, so the dorsum of the foot 2.5 laterally from the radius, except in the nail bed, and medially 2.5 from the ulnar, except in the nail bed. Okay. Now let's move again to palmar surface of the hand, and in this part we are interested in this structure. This is called the flexor retinaculum. The flexor retinaculum is a thickening of the fibrous band. It is 2 to 3 centimeters, attached laterally to the scaphoid bone and the trapezium, and medially to the pisiform and to the hook of the hamate. So it is 2 to 3 centimeter in the transverse diameter. The flexor retinaculum forms with the concavity of the carpal bones. Together they form a tunnel called the carpal tunnel. So the carpal tunnel is formed by the flexor retinaculum and the concavity of the carpal bones. If we can see the tunnel by passing this, okay, you can see it is a tunnel that's formed by the flexor retinaculum. Okay. To see the contents of the carpal tunnel, we will have to move to the next specimen. Thank you. Now, to see the contents of the carpal tunnel, in this specimen we have removed the flexor retinaculum. Our first set is the tendons of the flexor digitorum superficialis, and immediately below it are the tendons of flexor digitorum profundus, right? Tendons of the flexor digitorum superficialis, tendons of the flexor digitorum profundus. These 8 tendons share a common synovial sheath, and the 4 tendons of the flexor digitorum superficialis arranged in 2 rows, with the middle and the ring in front of the index and the little finger. Okay. Our second structure is this nerve, which is the median nerve. The median nerve passes below the flexor retinaculum, and it is one of the content of the carpal tunnel. After passing the carpal tunnel, it gives muscular branch and a digital branch for the 3.5 finger. As you can see, those are the digital branches of the median nerve, right? Our other tendon that pass in the carpal tunnel is this tendon. This is the tendon of the flexor pollicis longus muscle, and the most lateral one is the tendon of the flexor carpi radialis muscle, right? There are several structures that passes in front of the flexor retinaculum. The first one is the tendon of palmaris longus that attached to the palmar aponeurosis. It passes in front of the flexor retinaculum, and it's not one of the contents. The other 2 structures are the radial artery and nerve. If we follow these structures under the flexor carpi ulnaris, we find them pass superficial to the flexor retinaculum, but folded in a fascia called Guyon's fascia to form the Guyon's canal. So the ulnar artery and nerve are not considered part of the flexor of the carpal tunnel. Also, the median nerve has got a superficial branch that innervate the skin over the thinner area, passes in front of the carpal of the flexor retinaculum. So those are the components of the carpal tunnel. That's all for this station. Let's move to the other one.